James, did you want to run it or do you want to listen for me in case I make a terrible mistake here in about the next 2 seconds?
I'll listen for you. I got you covered, Fud.
Okay, I appreciate it. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 6:02 by my clock. So we'll get started and I'll bring the meeting to order. And so we have roll call. I've got myself is here. James.
Jim Rowland.
Okay. My screen's small, so I can't see who's sitting next to you, Kim.
We've got
Yep.
Rod and Mark and myself are here at City Hall.
Okay. Do you have, I don't see anything for public comment. Is there anything, Kim, anybody waiting for public comment?
Nope, nobody that I see.
All right. With that, we'll go right on to certify entry level and lateral police list.
Do you want to check me in as present?
Yep,
Oh,
I
hi,
got
Graham.
you.
How you doing?
Better than I deserve.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here, man.
All right, I'm here.
All right. Thanks for speaking up. I appreciate it. Kim, did you have, or anyone have anything that they wanted to say about the entry level? Did you want to do an entry and a lateral 2 separate votes, or do you want to do it all in one vote?
We'll do them in 2 separate votes. I made them 2 separate lists here. So these interviews were done on February 1st. Graham was on the panel. So can you guys see the screen here that I'm sharing?
Yes.
Can you see the list? Okay, so here's
No,
the
I can't
list.
see the list. I can see your, I see
Yeah.
the agenda.
Yeah, if you could,
That's all I
if you could,
see.
if you could close the agenda and bring the screen back up, it'd help. I've got the agenda in
Okay.
paper here.
Let me do that.
Hey, there we go. That's definitely better.
Sorry, I'm not the greatest at this. Okay, so
Better from this side. All we see is you.
there you
Fluffy.
go. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yes,
The entry
Yes.
level list? Okay. So here is your list for entry level. These interviews, like I said, were done on February 1st. Graham was on the panel. Graham, do you want to say anything or have anything you want to add?
well, we had pizza. That
Well,
was
that's
good.
good.
Yeah.
I love your sense of humor. It's awesome.
I would be happy to have any of these young men at my dinner table or date my daughter. They were all outstanding in my mind. And, you know, as an old guy, it sort of reaffirms my faith in America. So that's about as corny as I can get. And, but I'm telling you, some of them are going to be gone before we get to them. I'm pretty sure of that. But, you know, that's life in the 21st century.
Exactly. I appreciate the input, Graham. And I appreciate you being able to go to the interview through the process. So thank you for that. If anybody else have anything they want to add into this before we call the question? Seeing nobody raise their hand,
Nope.
I'll call the question for the entry level dated February 8th. There's 4 candidates on it. So is there a second? So moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. With that being said, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion, all those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you, Kim. That'll take care of that one.
Yep. I'm pulling up the next one. There you go. There's the list for lateral. So the interviews for this took place on the same day. So they interviewed a group of entry level, and then this was the only interview for a lateral on that day, but they were both done on the same day.
Okay, is there any way to answer the question of where this officer is coming from? Where is he lateraling from?
He's coming from Oak Harbor.
Okay, sounds good.
And
Okay.
he was a classmate of someone the department feels is an outstanding officer. He was a classmate of this officer. And one of the questions we ask to get a sense of who is sitting across from us amounted to, why Snoqualmie PD? And his answer was, coming from Oak Harbor, he said, well, I think I probably passed about 20 departments in my journey down to Snoqualmie, and I didn't stop at any of them. He is hot to be aboard. He has a lot of good things. He's done his due diligence. I think he's still on probation up there, in the sense on he's got an experienced officer riding along with him. But I think we'd be lucky to get him, and I'm pretty sure he'll be on board.
Okay, thank you, Graham. I appreciate that input a lot. Anyone else have anything they'd like to add before we move with this? With that being said, I'll entertain a motion to certify the list for the lateral police officer dated February 8th, 2023.
So moved.
Is there a
Second.
second? We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Opposed?
They don't even know I'm here. He does.
We heard you, Rod.
They told you.
Okay. Well, good for me. So with that, it passes. So thank you, Kim.
You can stop sharing.
Yeah, there you go. Yep, thank you very much.
So before we adjourn and kind of prepare ourselves for the March 1 meeting, Chief, is there anything you wanted to add? I know we want to keep the meeting short, but is there anything you want us to study up on before the March 1 meeting? I understand we're going to talk about some fire stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna send a memo out that had the survey results from the last lateral hiring process as promised, and we can talk about that on March 1.
Okay, that sounds good. Anything else for the good of the order?
No,
entertain-
just also on that March 1st meeting, we will need to elect a new chair and vice chair.
Okay.
That will be our first regular meeting of the year, so just keep that in mind as well.
Okay, and since I've got most everybody here for the commissioners, the next council meeting, which I think is like the 28th or whatever, February, I'm going to be going to that meeting and presenting the rules and procedures for the Civil Service Commission. I just want to formally hand a copy of that to the mayor that we finished it. Chief Guerrero and I talked about maybe some bullet points there so I don't like ramble on for too long. But I wanted the other commissioners to know that I was going to do that. If anybody's would rather do it than me, it doesn't have to be done. It's just a formality for me. I like to make sure that they understand that we've done our work and it was a good piece of work over 2 years. So.
Mhm.
Do you have,
Okay.
do you have an extra 30 seconds for a fun little quote I got from one of the officers during the interviews?
Fun is always allowable.
Thank you. There were 3 of us sitting in, one of which was Officer Doucette, who is somewhat of a rookie. He's only got 39 years in law enforcement. I think I've got the number right. And in between candidates, I asked him, I said, so other than the obvious of the benefits of moving from Seattle, which was last May, I guess, Seattle over here to Snoqualmie, and keep in mind, he lives here. And his comment was, well, what's the best way to describe that? He said, when I'm in a patrol car here and one of the citizens waves at me, they use all 5 fingers.
Yeah, that Snoqualmie's lucky that way. That happens more often than not that they wave with all 5 fingers. So,
Yeah.
but I'm happy he appreciates that. There's a lot of us out here that really support public safety just
Yeah.
across the board. So,
Yeah.
with that being said, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you all very much. I appreciate you taking the time, and we'll see you on March 1st. And we'll look forward to whatever you send out there, Chief. We'll read up on it.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Thank
Have a good
you.
night.
Bye.